Punchline.live here with John Scully. John, a few fighters here today. Just had one of your guys, and I'm sorry on his name. But,
yeah, Vislan.
Vislan,
yeah. He's actually a friend of Artur Beterbiev. They come up together in the amateurs. They're both from Chechnya, and he's in he's in camp with him every day.
He used his jab, used basic fundamental skills. I mean, that's what I wrote on my notes. Do you think that that's a lost art of boxing today?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Everybody's trying to do something dramatic and special, and I always say, like, sometimes boxing's not that difficult. Like, you follow the format that people have been doing for 140 years or whatever it is. Jab, jab, right hand, left hook, move your head, step around. And guys are trying to make up new stuff. You know what I mean? But Vislan fought a textbook fight tonight, and he won almost every round.
Yep. What's the main key you take when you have a fighter come to your gym and you're working with them? Do you base it off of what they know, or is there something that's basic to you that's a basic fundamental?
My first thing is always the jab. I want to get that in their head from day one. Have a strong, because any style can utilize a good jab. Rocky Marciano, Mike Tyson, they weren't known for it, but they had good jabs. You know what I mean? They had very good jabs. Lennox Lewis has a good jab. So in the heavyweight division, for example, any size guy can utilize a great jab. But after that, I'm looking to see what would best suit a person's physical attributes. Not everybody can be Cassius Clay, not everybody can be Mike Tyson, so you have to go with what the guy brings to the table naturally.
Yep, you fought everybody in your day and your time in the 90s. A lot of fights today, like take Spence and Crawford, for example, Mayweather, Pacquiao, they take forever to be made. What's holding everything up in boxing now? Is it the networks, promoters, or just the more money?
I mean, it's the money. It's the money. They're trying to maximize, every dollar they can get out of it, and it's disappointing. I understand. Obviously, I understand it. People go, we're talking about boxing. We're talking about the great fights, and a guy like Sugar Ray Leonard, he fought everybody in a very short period of time. You know what I mean? He fought Duran twice in 80. He fought Benitez in 79. He fought Hearns in 81. Super fights. Today, under today's mentality, that Hearns fight might not have happened until 84. So, he wanted the greatness, and Tommy wanted it, and they wanted to prove it. Nowadays, you hear fighters talk, and they sound like businessmen. Well, I'm going to maximize my potential, and that just means they're trying to maneuver. Sometimes you gotta fight.
One of the guys you challenged for a title, Michael second to none, recently got released from prison. For a generation that doesn't know him, how special was he?
He was like, I would say he was kind of like the Roy Jones of the late 80s. He was that level. His ability to slip and he was so elusive and relaxed, and he was a special guy. He's kind of under people's historical radar, and like in the history of super middleweight division, for example, he'd be a big problem for any of them.
Yeah. And finally, you're here working with a few guys, but who do you have in your gym that's coming up? Well, where can we find you in the future?
Well, I'm in a gym that basically in Connecticut caters more towards amateurs. I go to Montreal to train with Artur and those guys. But I have a few amateurs that are working hard and coming up in the game. Actually, two of them just fought right before I came here, and they won their fights. O.J. Coley and Damani Williams, young guys on the way up. But as far as professional, I'm focused. I always have to be available for when I need to go to camp with Artur.
Yeah, and then finally, you're a big proponent for a lot of things. You're a good spokesperson on social media for boxing. As much as it has its problems, how good of a state is boxing in right now?
I mean, outside of politics and sanctioned body craziness, I mean, as far as talent and the potential for fights, it's unbelievable. You have the guys at welterweight, Crawford and Spence, and you have Artur and Kovalev and different guys in the different weight classes. It's a good time. It's just a matter of getting these guys to develop more of a mentality of trying to prove greatness more than just money.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say to your fans out there?
I just want people to know there was a big article a few weeks ago about I'm trying to help guys like Gerald McClellan and Wilfred Benitez. There's a lot more than just them, but those are my two main guys. guys in there. There's a lot of guys out there that could use some help, and you know, I hope boxing fans recognize that, and maybe if they have a little extra change laying around, contact me, and I'll tell you where to send it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.